Alright, scoot up, Jacob. We got the last episode to do.
No. You can't make me do this.
Alright, you can wait till next week or whenever you show up.
That's it for this week's episode. That's it for this season. Welcome back.
Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Ian. And we are here.
I'm in spiraling depression.
For the season finale.
And ecstasy.
For season 1 of Young Justice.
We're in season 2, episode 1.
If you weren't here for the last episode, I don't know why you're here right now. That's kind of jumping ahead. But
no.
Last episode was great. We got some wholesome moments, and then
I can't catch a break, man.
And then we had the boy showing up.
Our boy Roy was the boy.
Yes, he was the boy because of Vandal Savage, but he didn't know he was the boy. Therefore, no more boys. Oh God.
Yeah, he's gotta face the league.
Which means...
Here we go. Ouchie ouch.
The Flash.
Oh no. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh no, wait. Superman will stop that.
Oliver, no. No, the chosen one. Yes. Good.
No, it's okay. I have faith that Robin...
Good.
I have faith that Robin will just hack into the starfish.
Yeah?
The mole was Red Arrow.
Roy? No way! Batman, that cannot be. He was Green Arrow's protege. We have all known him for
They're gonna
years.
have to fight Batman.
Unfortunately, the Roy Harper we have known for the last 3 years is another Project Cadmus clone.
We've learned the real Speedy was abducted and replaced immediately after becoming Green Arrow's sidekick. This Roy Harper had no idea he was a clone or a traitor, and his subconscious programming drove him to become League-worthy. So he struck out on his own as Red Arrow when he was finally admitted.
This is the most elaborate...
Fortunately,
No.
He is now a fugitive, armed and dangerous.
Okay, no, this is some Inception stuff.
What happened to the real Roy?
Batman is
We
still
don't
controlled.
know. He isn't at Cadmus. We have to face the possibility that the real Roy Harper is dead.
The clone Roy. The team will find him.
Negative. Red Arrow's a member of the Justice League now.
I'm not falling for your tricks. Roy's our boy.
Tornado!
What happened to him? He's totally powered down. All functions offline.
Guys, I'm sensing a low-level mystic force at play. I don't know if it caused his shutdown, but now that I think about it, I was getting the same buzz off Batman.
Batman? He called us kids. He never does that. Look.
Kind of the same
Download
idea
in
of removing
progress.
the helmet and putting it on somebody else.
So Tornado built this android to party. Not how he'd put it, but yeah, more or less.
Recognized. Black Canary 1-3.
Hey guys, wanted to check in, see how you're handling the... What are you doing to Red?
It's not how it looks.
It's time to fight.
It looks like you're downloading his consciousness into a new body.
Can they take the teacher now?
Okay, it's pretty much exactly how it looks, but...
Team, get out of the cave, now!
Oh, Jesus. Oh. That's a good combo.
2-0. Dr. Fate 1-7. Captain Marvel
Run.
1-5.
Get out.
They're not there. They're not there.
Stay off your radio.
have not come to harm or apprehend you, but the team requires answers.
Me first. Tell me something you haven't told anyone else. Tell me who broke your heart.
Tula. The girl I love chose my best friend Garth over me, while my best friend on the surface world aims an arrow at my chest.
I was a sleeper agent, pre-programmed to infiltrate the League. I think Sportsmaster was my handler.
I hear you go by Red Arrow now. More like Broken Arrow.
He had a key phrase, Broken Arrow, that could shut me down, put me in a hypnotic state to steal secrets for his superiors. I think one of those orders was to focus suspicion on the three of you. I'm sorry.
How did Batman discover this?
Even my inorganic brain was not immune. But the process requires 0.16 nanoseconds to fully integrate with its host's nervous system. That delay allowed me to create an internal subprogram, which would disconnect my power cells if I attempted to infect another person.
Oh my god, my boy, Red!
Fortunately,
They await reprogramming back on Earth.
I think not. You see, Starotech does not reprogram the mind. It offers us remote control of it.
We know exactly who's infected and who's not, and none of you are.
But that is easily rectified. The League would protect mankind from disaster, crime, tragedy of any kind. Had you never heard of the survival of the fittest? In essence, you heroes sought to protect humanity from its own glorious evolution. As such, you forced my more enlightened colleagues and myself to organize a response.
RT did wirelessly bypass security first as soon as he arrived. Savage should know we're here.
Move out.
Through your pen.
Yeah.
The brats are aboard. They've taken away 4 of my toys.
Recall all League away missions. It's time to put these children in their place once and for all.
Finally! Oh yeah. Hey, Vandal, shouldn't those 3 be back online by now?
What?
You've been fooled.
You'll be sorry.
Uh-oh. Oh. Good job, Roy. Uh-oh. Now this might be a problem. Oh. Oh no, Red, please. Oh, guys, come on. Hey, joke's on you. Uh-oh. Oh, I caught it, please. Ah, she made him say it. It's not that easy, unfortunately.
I can save Fate from Savage, but I still can't save my father from Fate.
Now! Hold on!
Hold it!
Warning, cargo bay, venting atmosphere.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. Kill. Well,
apologies, my king.
Look out!
It's time. Oh god. Oh no. Oh no. Ah.
Sorry, Uncle John. You leave me no choice.
Oh! Oh! Uh-oh. No! You're making me angry, boy. Don't hold it.
We're not gonna beat him one-on-one!
Plan B then!
Oh, here we go.
Tag team.
Shua!
Sure about this?
Do it!
Time to go.
Come on, we can take him.
Yes, but in the process you'd lose control. Perhaps even destroy this station.
I wouldn't lose control. Okay, yeah. I bring the chaos.
Even when they lose.
Congratulations, team. You have won the day.
Happy New Year.
Hey, now it
Justice
is.
League.
No, I should have done this a long time ago.
No kidding. Liking this team more every day.
Human customs still elude me.
Human customs still.
The team did good work here. You did good work. Thanks. So, I, heard you took a name. Yeah. Connor Kent. My secret identity is Clark Kent. I didn't know. I wasn't trying to... No, the thing is, I'm glad. Connor Kent. It seems right.
Yes.
Everything I thought I knew about myself was a lie.
Roy, it'll be all right.
I'm not Roy. I don't know what I am. All I know is I need to find the real Roy. I need to rescue Speedy.
Guardian is already searching Cadmus.
Well.
Match, of course. But I believe this might still prove useful as well.
Oh, he's missing an arm.
The entire League was under Savage's spell for just over a day. We've accounted for most of that time, but these 6 went missing for a full 16 hours we can't account for.
16 hours. What did we do?
They're all...
Well, not all of them. I don't think Rocket and Aqualad, that's more of like a, this is a New Year's thing, everybody's kissing, and you're an attractive fella, we're gonna kiss. But, yes, the two that you've been waiting for at least have gotten together, it seems, you know. Who knows what happened next. Maybe they're like, yeah, it didn't work. It wasn't really that great.
Then we kind of got a hint at, like... Vandal's like, yes, we absolutely could kill everyone here. But...
We kind of need them. For phase 2.
Because whenever Clarion said that, I was like, oh, you know, like a villain just says that because he thinks he's all that and whatever. But no, Vandal's literally like, yeah, we could totally do it right now. I was like,
because the thing is, honestly, they were all unconscious. So, you know, yeah, they could have killed them because it's just the kids, or it's just a team, which unfortunately against Clarion, without the helmet, is kind of hard to beat.
And that's Clarion apparently contained. I guess that's what he was trying to say. Like that wasn't him using full chaos power up to this point.
He's just saying like right now, like you would kill them, and we kind of don't need that right now.
Well, he was like, yeah, I would totally lose myself to the chaos and let that go.
Yeah, meaning like because he could like knock them out, like the kids knocked them out, the team knocked them out, but he like doesn't care about maintaining control.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like I don't know if it was like, I don't know. It's just the way that he worded it and the way that he said it. It made it sound like he has like like if he just lets loose
Uh-huh.
and actually goes just full into chaos, like that he becomes ridiculously powerful.
Yeah, I don't think we definitely probably haven't seen him at his full, like, using his powers or anything, but...
Because so far we've just seen him messing around with everybody.
Yeah. But, that being said, apart from, you know, ridding the League of mind control, you know, we won the day. There is just some issues that are now lingering that both emotionally and just in the works, like, that we're not really sure about. Like, oh god, you know, they were able to figure out what all the other members had done except for those 6 members that were on away mission. And for 16 hours, they don't know what they had done. Because they don't recall anything that happens when they were under that chip. So, yeah, and the fact that the way they ended it is like 16 hours. What did we do? Leads to like that's probably going to be something pretty bad, or you know that's going to have like something to focus on in the next season or the following, whichever. And there's the fact that Roy, he you know in finding out that he is indeed a clone, which shocker there. that was something to reveal at the beginning of the episode, but he's a clone. And now that he knows that, he's like, I betrayed everybody, and I'm fake. I'm nothing. I need to save the real Roy, which is so heartbreaking. It's like to him, his life is like from 13 or however old. I don't remember how old Roy was, or if they even stated when he was supposedly taken and cloned. But to that, he you know. Life that was programmed into him, but from years afterwards is his own life that he lived. Like this clone's lived at least 5 or so years on his own, and now he feels like he's just a copy and not worth time. And now he's trying to save Roy, which we saw frozen and still younger and missing an arm.
We have Roy going through the same thing as Connor, so I think Connor can actually be there for him.
He wasn't away because the thing is, he was more of an actual full-on copy, and Connor is more like if someone were to have a child, is what that was more like. Because it is. Well, I mean,
I'm just talking about in the sense of like emotions and everything like that. Of being a clone and dealing with the fact that you know you were made after somebody. Mm-hmm. You don't necessarily have your own DNA that has the
Mm-hmm.
Like, because you could theoretically say that at a certain point your genetics play a major part in like your personality type and everything like that going forward. And so you could be like, well, I'm not actually me, like I'm just some other person.
Yeah.
Dealing with that whole thing. But then Connor kind of, after a while, he's grown into like I'm my own person. Like I might only be like a year old, but I have my own experiences. I'm not just Superman.
Right. And I'm not Lex. I'm not Lex. It's unfortunate that he had also battled with that I'm part of this dude who, from everything I know, is a terrible human being.
Yeah.
And
he's still proving that.
Well, you know,
he's holding that in.
And also,
well.
before they showed the original Roy, they showed Batman's Guardians checking canvas now, and then they kept to Guardian, and we see Guardians he seemed a little spaced out there.
Yeah, he was definitely controlled because then they had the another light member, Ra's al Ghul.
Ra's al Ghul, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was there. It's interesting. I still don't know
really what he does.
Ability-wise. Yeah. He's an assassin fighter, good fighter.
Oh, okay.
Really smart.
Batman's tutor, right?
Huh?
Was he Batman's tutor?
In the movie,
he's
not really his tutor. Batman had a lot of different teachers.
Oh, okay.
Like in the actual, he was taught. He knows a bunch of martial arts because of the many teachers he's had over the years. But our masters, if you will, a bunch of masters. But yeah, it seemed kind of like the same way that whenever Connor was Red Sun or even Roy, as we found out, whenever Sportsmaster what seemed like at first just like a pot shot at him, a zinger, if you will, calling him Broken Arrow was actually his code shutdown. The way that they both Connor and Roy had stood, it kind of almost seemed similar in the vein of, or in the way that Guardian looked. He seemed just kind of spaced for a second.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if he was just another clone, because Vandal Savage is damn near a primordial being, 50,000 years. I was like, he's probably like 11,000 years old, 12,000, whatever. That's 12,000 would be like before like the earliest known civilizations where we had actual civilizations. He's like,
I told you he was a caveman.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, man, 50,000 years, bruh.
And he was like, "Yeah, y'all are the biggest blight."
Oh man, like I think I mentioned it. You might not remember, but still, his take on the League and just like humanity is like, you guys are saving them, protecting them. You're kind of basically spitting in the face of the saying survival of the fittest. These people are weakening because of you. It's just like,
because
Jesus.
You can't call him. I can't call him like just a straight villain. I can't call him an anti-hero really either.
He's almost like Thanos,
because it's like he's literally,
at least in the movie.
It's a more higher sense of responsibility that he feels, that he has to continue on this evolutionary change, so that way, in his words, the Earth can compete and be the leading factor in the universe. So he must have had contact with, I don't even know what he could have had contact with by this point, if he has a Lord of Chaos in his back pocket.
But it's also just so. Yes.
Is this where they tie in Zeus?
Yes. Absolutely. No, but it's so. Like, I can see his point, but it's like, dude, chill out. Like, you don't need to be doing this garbage, alright? You need to calm the heck down.
It's like everyone's like dealing with their own problems, and Vandal Savage is like, I'm trying to save the planet.
In his mind. He's trying to save he's just, I don't know, he's more of a,
he has
those that what's the word? Those that deserve to survive will, and I'll be there to reign over them.
That sense of, he mentioned the survival of the fittest type mentality.
I know, it's just goddamn. But I do like, which is very helpful for us, but I do like that it wasn't so much that the chip wasn't reprogramming them, it was making them controllable, like basically like remote control.
By Clarion.
Yeah, and that helped us tremendously. Because they were not fighting.
That's the one saving grace. You're facing Clarion as those people.
Yeah, he's controlling all of them at once. I don't know how good he is at multitasking. Because he's a powerful being.
Good.
But I'm just
didn't do bad.
I'm just saying, I don't know if it's like having to diverse his attention between the many different League members, or if it's just the fact that he doesn't know their uniqueness and such to the T that needs to be to control them perfectly as they would be. But because of that was what kept them alive. Artemis even bringing it up, was like, I'm surprised we're still alive here.
Yeah.
And was like, yeah, well, luckily they're being controlled. Therefore, they're not fighting as well as nearly as well as they should be. And we saw that mainly with the
Batman and Superman.
No, we saw
100%.
Oh yes, but I'm saying we actually kind of saw that mainly with the other members before, like with the Plastic Man. You haven't really seen him fight, but like they didn't really have any kind of encounter.
Oh
with him.
yeah, the
Plastic Man,
even Justice
Fate.
League members just got taken out like that.
And even Fate and Captain Marvel was different. Zatanna made him say Shazam so that he turned his back to Billy, and luckily that the chip hadn't affected Billy. It was just Captain Marvel. So basically the chip was probably gone. Like it didn't just stay with the Captain Marvel body; it just disappeared. I think. Granted, yes, with Batman, Superman, they were definitely not on their usual level, but they were still the absolute hardest to deal with when it came to one-on-one with everybody else, with the team.
Why did he change back to Billy?
I told you, Zatanna made him say it. The spell she used made him say Shazam.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like she was about to cast a spell and he instinctively did that as like a reaction to like magic being casted at him. He like instinctively was like, I shouldn't be.
No, yeah, she made him say Shazam.
Oh,
like,
okay.
She forced him to say it.
I thought that had to do with like the wisdom of Solomon type thing. Like he knew, okay, this spell could do X, so I probably shouldn't be in this one.
No, yeah, that'd be interesting, but no, that was just like she made him say it.
Okay.
But yeah, as we saw whenever Batman was facing Robin, even not at his peak, Batman was destroying him. Same with Connor and Superman.
And Superman did not use he didn't use his laser vision.
He wasn't as speedy as he could have been.
No.
And Batman, I feel like, could have been much more brutal.
Oh yeah.
I feel like he was even more brutal against Roy. And still not that brutal. I feel like Batman. We've seen Batman kind of do some work. But yeah, that was definitely not, luckily, to the same extent as it could have been. Yeah, luckily they had Red, who had 0.16 nanoseconds to create a sub whatever.
He created an entire program.
Yeah, he's like, all right, I'll be shut down if I try to infect somebody else. Like he had nanoseconds.
Yeah, I was about to look it up. How long that is in actual real time.
Let me see.
1 billion. So 0.016 nanoseconds. That means it was 100 billionth of a second. 100 billionth of a second.
That doesn't tell me.
it 1 to the times 10 to the negative 9. That yeah. Okay.
It's not even. It's real fast.
Your brain can't even process that.
I mean,
I'm just saying.
He's a super-powered computer. So
this is.
Anyway, point of the matter is he created a subfolder or subfile, whatever, subprogramming, so they could shut down. And luckily, it was more so body and not mind. The way it affected them anyway, and so they were able to transfer him to his android body. They just had time. This Black Canary shows up. What are you doing? And he's like, "Team, get out now!" And then she blew him half apart.
Yeah.
with her cry, dude, she's scary. Oh, and I did love, and again, it does kind of play to the fact that they're not at their peak, because even though, Robin,
beat Robin.
Yeah, she beat him on that move. He jumps at her and she flipped him, but that wasn't his plan. It wasn't to out fight her. It was just like, I need to at least place this on her. And luckily, Rocket trapped the knockout gas in 1 point, so that she just was out.
That was a good clean combo right there.
Yeah, for sure. The new girl, she does work.
Yeah.
So it was good to have her on the team for sure. And first day on the team, and she's already showing that she definitely deserves to be there. Oh yeah, you mentioned before that with Red being able to just change his body and not be controlled, you were wondering about why they're just removing Dr. Fate's helmet, and we see that that's not really a thing. You can't really just remove the helmet.
You cannot remove it.
Yeah, I wanted to say something like someone like Naboo, with the fact that he needs a what's the word?
A host.
A host. Thank you. To physically kind of be on the plane. He wouldn't just be as simply taken out by just removing him from the person. So there's going to be a magical parameter there, and unfortunately, yeah, it's not just. That sucks. She saves Fate, in essence, saving her dad. Because if Fate dies, well, if the vessel dies, her dad's dead.
Yeah.
But she saved him. Unfortunately, she can't remove him or separate him from fate. So it's like, man, she's so close. So close. God dang it. Yeah, it's rough. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't really know how long the, like, host is supposed to be of the vessel. Or the vessel's supposed to be the host, so I don't really know if there's, like, a cutoff point. It's like, all right, you're old. I'm going to find someone else now. Because, I mean, we saw Nelson was, like, what, like 90-something or 100-something? I don't remember how old he was. He was old, but spry. I mean, he had a cane, but, I mean, he wasn't like, and by the way. He was just like, find your own little Spitfire. I was like, okay.
It might have something to do with the way that the Lord of Order, affects the body and the mind, because the mind is the biggest point. Like, if your body's healthy, your mind still degenerates after like 125 years.
I'm sure there might be a reasoning as to already canonized, like what allows them to be separated. If people want to tell us, that's fine, because I have no idea. Another great moment is that Clark finally has accepted Connor. So.
And almost in like a father-son kind of way, he was like, "It kind of works."
Yeah, at the very least, older brother, paternal. Paternal is probably a better state, because that paternal could be father or older brother.
Yeah.
A guardian. In terms of DNA, it's kind of more so like father figure, but like I don't know. It depends on how they kind of feel about each other, probably, like how in terms of like how they feel their connection is, I guess, and how they want to classify it, whatever. But the fact of the matter is that he's not, just ignoring him now.
Oh yeah.
Just like, I don't have anything to do with this guy. I didn't ask for this. He's actually like, no, you know what? Clark Kent suits you. I love that because again, Connor they thought that Kent was from Kent Nelson.
Yeah.
But now he's like, my name's Clark Kent. And I was like, I didn't know. I'm sorry. And you're just like, no, I think it suits you. It's right. And so I just really love that finally he's like, you know what? I'm being a jerk. I need to kind of like I need to let this ride out. And be there for this kid was there for me in a way. So I just like that. I like that was tied up by the season.
And I think that kind of they did it well, because I think that it still shows Superman's, I don't want to say immaturity, but it kind of is immaturity in the sense of how old he is.
His imperfection.
As a human being, like versus a Kryptonian.
Because a Kryptonian, just because they're different races, I mean, like they're like all wise and everything.
But it's an entirely different culture.
Right. But like we don't know, like they might have had similar situations, like because the way that Kryptonians are, like they've been written different ways in different iterations, but like the way Superman or Clark was raised pretty much since birth by humans, so it's just like he's more human in terms of personality than anything. Based off of that, it's just like Clark is a good, kind-hearted person, but just like any human. He has reasonings. Yeah, he has room to make mistakes and to have flaws and to have some major flaws in some essences. I want to open this, but like I would have preferred, part of me would have preferred that he just like accepted him off the bat, but at the same time, just like showing Superman as not this perfect, super Boy Scout kind of figure. Like he has some issues, he has some imperfections, like this responsibility came into his life that he had no say in, like he had no contribution. Like it's not like he had sex with somebody and that they just had a kid and he's like, I'm not ready. It was just like someone took his DNA and created another being. Yeah. And just like, I'm not sure about this. So it was also kind of like an invasion of his person. It's like, I don't really want to, this is a reminder of that being taken from me, that choice being taken from me. So I don't know. I do like that it wasn't immediately like I accept him, but that he eventually does like accept him into his life. So that's really cool, and it's interesting. I like seeing what's going to be happening the next season with that, and just exploring what could be going on with the clone Roy, what's going on with the 6 members being
Real
missing.
Roy doesn't have an arm.
Well, guys, that is it for this season of Young Justice. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back.
I did.
Yep. We'll be back next week with the second season. Beginning that, it'll probably be hopefully just doing 1 episode, maybe 2, depending. But yeah, if you want to see next week's episode early, check out Patreon. We'll be jumping on that relatively soon, hopefully. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys.